Tuesday, April 16, 2024. I woke up tired. My mind wouldn't shut down and kept me awake last night. The ticking of my old wind-up travel alarm clock seemed very loud. What little sleep I did get had been very troubled by vivid, strange dreams, and I had sweat a lot. Maybe the vegetables I ate last night gave me a little food poisoning. I had to be more aware and take zero risk with food. Day 5. Still no power, no water, and now no natural gas either. Like the water, the pressurizing pumps must have stopped. Many government agencies, in addition to hospitals, water and gas utilities, are required to have backup generators to maintain services. How many days before the fuel runs out? I had done a lot of camping when the kids were little. Mary didn't like it, but was a trooper and went along. Usually her price was a spa day. Some of the equipment I have is over 30 years old, but well designed, built tough, and it's been taken care of. Time for the propane camp stove. I set it up on top of the range in the kitchen. With my fresh hot morning coffee on the patio, I felt better and was enjoying a warm, quiet morning, excluding the ever-present, though fewer, distant sirens. I've trained Franklin not to come around until mid-morning. I don't want him squawking down the bedroom fireplace chimney at 6 a.m. But since I was up and out earlier, he is showing up earlier, and here he comes. I didn't consider him a pet, but very much enjoyed him. He was very hungry, and I fed him till he could hold no more and flew off. My mind started to actively think about making plans. I needed plans for 1. Hungry people, starving people. That equals dangerous people. I lived in an affluent community where most of the people were older and retired. There were also many younger couples and families with children. Many of these people are prepared for a garden variety earthquake, let alone the end of the world apocalypse. I assumed less than 50%. Hunger and starvation can gnaw at one, cause anger and resentment, fear for the kids' well-being. It can change the wonderful, loving, giving best friend into a desperate killer, and you are their next victim. Given the assumed lack of mobility to get from place to place, the starving neighbor is more of a threat than the starving hordes from miles away. I needed plans for 2. Armed equals assumed dangerous. This is rob it real. Shoot at the very first threat action. Ask questions later. Assume everybody is a threat. I have never been tested. Can I send it downrange without hesitation, on instinct? I can visualize shooting someone if necessary, but can I actually do it? Can I be the bringer of death to others? I hope I never have to answer that question, but I'm starting to have my doubts. I fear I will have that test. Will I pass? I needed plans for 3. Home. This house isn't Fort Invincible. In fact, it's not very defensible. There are a lot of good sniper locations in the neighborhood. Too many points of entry. These can be mitigated to a point. The stucco walls will not stop anything larger than a .22, and some of those would probably get through. I needed plans for 4. Security and downtime. Unless one is miraculously created, there is no group, no team, no posse, no buddy. I'm it, just me, the Lone Ranger. I can't see, hear, or respond to everything all the time. I have to rest and sleep sometime. I needed a break. Anyway, that time hasn't come yet, I think. I hope. I pray. I got some cold coffee and went out onto the patio for some air and decompression. As if he sensed my movements, Franklin immediately swooped in for a meal. I'll bet he's watching and waiting. I shouldn't have, but made sure he was fed again. All seems normal with him. Lucky raven. I named him Franklin after my dad. It's a long story, but at his funeral he took on the spirit of the crow. Crows and ravens are cousins. Both are in the same corvid family. I spent some time wandering around the house and garage, looking at what's there and mentally processing my situation. I started to assemble items I may need into one area. From this staging, I was able to quickly pick and pack. I also worked on the garden to get some sun and burn off nervous energy. About 2 p.m., I took a nap and got up 2 hours later. I tuned in the BBC, but the news had nothing new. They did say that information coming from America was less. I again couldn't reach Fred, but the two-way chatter had died down some. The power outage has morphed into what seems like the new normal. With normalcy comes complacency. With complacency comes danger. I decided to start storing both radios in the old microwave when not in use.